Speed Duel is a fast-paced alternative format for Yu-Gi-Oh! Using regular cards and throwing in skills to shake things up, making some unused cards more viable, allowing more anime strategies to come to life. Join us as we progress through each Speed Duel product release and draft each skill available at that time before battling it out in Speed Duel Skill Draft. The Speed Duel starter decks Match of the Millennium were released May 15th, 2020, and features cards used by Yugi and Pegasus. 4 new skills were introduced in these decks. Ritual of Black Mastery supports both of Yugi's ritual monsters, Blackluster Soldier and Magician of Black Chaos, gaining a different effect based on which monster is summoned. Knight of Legend allows the normal summon of Gaia the Fierce Knight without tribute and gives it piercing, but prevents you from activating set spell and trap cards. Thousand Dice Spell allows you to either ritual summon Relinquished without a ritual spell, or fusion summon Thousand Dice Restrict without polymerization, in exchange for discarding 1 card and skipping the battle phase. And Toon Mayhem protects Toon World from being destroyed once per turn. Alex lost last set, so he drafts first and takes the Thousand Dice Spell. I take Ritual of Black Magic, and Alex takes Toon Mayhem, leaving me with Knight of Legend. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Knight of Legend, which is a Gaia the Fierce Knight strategy based around the skill card, Knight of Legend. So we can flip this card over when we activate the skill. Activate the skill during your main phase. Each turn, 1 Gaia the Fierce Knight you normal summon can be summoned without tributing. Apply the following skills while you control a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster or a Gaia the Dragon Champion monster. If it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Once per turn, if it inflicts battle damage with the skill, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. And you cannot activate set cards in the spell and trap zone. So this is a really interesting skill because it lets us normal summon Gaia the Fierce Knight without tributing, but specifically Gaia the Fierce Knight, not a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster. It has to be Gaia the Fierce Knight, which means even though we have something like Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight, we can't get it out as a 2300 attacker with Knight of Legend. We can only summon the original Gaia the Fierce Knight. But the secondary effect affects a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster, which means that can affect both the original Gaia and Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight. So it's an interesting one because basically we can summon out this Gaia as a 23, this Gaia as a 19, and give both of them piercing and draw 2 cards, discard 1, which is a decent effect, I think. We're starting to get to the stage in Speed where 2300 attack might not be enough, but being able to have ready access to a normal summonable 2300 attack might just be enough to make things happen, because this is effectively going to be our best normal summonable monster, and our second best normal summonable monster is going to be Charging Gaia, well, normal summonable without tribute. So 23 and 19 respectively is decent enough. So to go with them, we're on another one of our really good normal summonable monsters, Blade Knight. Obviously, when we have 1 or less cards in hand, this card's attack goes up by 400, putting it up to 2000, which means this is effectively just a summon guy attack beatdown type strategy, and hopefully that will kind of be enough to have us be able to kind of out-aggro Alex and win the game that way. So the negative part of Knight of Legend is that we cannot activate set cards in our spell and trap zone. So that means we don't really want to be setting anything. We really want to just be holding cards in our hand or activating them. So to that regard, we're playing Sphere Karibo because this is effectively a trap card that we can activate from our hand. It is a hand trap, and we can use it to protect our monsters if we feel that we need it without having to commit any trap cards which won't be able to be activated anyway. Polymerization is in here, and the Curse of Dragon, just both as one-ofs, so that we can threaten Gaia the Dragon Champion. Just having a 2600 attack monster that we can special summon can be very relevant. And then we're also on the Summoner's Art. Now this card is what kind of brings the whole deck together. We can use Summoner's Art to search out Curse of Dragon if we already have access to a Gaia the Fierce Knight and do the polymerization play, or we can just use Summoner's Art to search out our extra copies of Gaia, just to normal summon them without tribute for Knight of Legend, and just summon out a 2300 attack piercing monster. So very, very good kind of consistency card in Summoner's Art specifically for this deck. Then the last card in the deck is Bashing Shield. So we can equip this only to a normal summoned or set monster. So basically that's everything in the deck except for our Gaia the Dragon Champion. It gains 1000 attack and you take no battle damage from attacks involving it. So that means we can push Gaia the Fierce Knight up to 23. We can push, if we wanted to tribute summon Curse of Dragon, up to 3000. Charging Gaia can be normal summoned without tributing, so it becomes 29, and Blade Knight will become 26 or 3000 depending on the number of cards in our hand. So there's not really much to this deck. It's kind of a bit unga bunga. We just want to summon guys, attack with them, and then hope that Alex doesn't have enough traps to kind of stop us interacting with them. So for the extra deck, we're on the 2 copies of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, 1 copy of Thousand Eyes Restrict. These are basically in here to threaten the fact that we might have Waking the Dragons, and then the 3 copies of Gaia. Again, we're only ever going to be able to summon 1 because we've only got the 1 copy of Polymerization, but we thought we'd include the 3 anyway. Then for the side deck, we have Old Vindictive Magician, just in case, again, Alex is able to summon something completely ridiculous that we just have no way to deal with. We're on 2 copies of DD Crow. Now, this is a new card. This can be relevant if Alex is playing anything that does involve the graveyard, so we thought we'd try this out. This is just kind of a staple side deck card in regular TCG, so we thought we'd try it out here. And then we're on the 2 Eternal Rests again, in case Alex does decide to try and run back a Thousand Eyes or a Relinquish strategy, because we really do not have a good way to deal with it otherwise. So this is the deck. I'm feeling pretty confident. I think this deck is very easy to play, and because of that, there's less likely we'll misplay. With a generic beatdown strategy, it usually can be enough, but again, the trap quality has been increasing quite a lot in Speed, which means we might hit a bunch of traps and not be able to do anything, but we'll see what we can do. So let's jump into the game and see what Alex has got for us. So this is a bit of a weird week, I guess, because we opened another starter deck. This time it was Match of the Millennium, Pegasus, and Yugi. But unlike the Rex and Weevil one, where I felt there was, although there were only 4 skills in there, it felt like there were enough new cards that you had some stuff you could do with it. And with the previous set that was released as well, you could mix and match those new cards released in the set with the new cards from the deck. But when it comes to Match of the Millennium, I felt like there wasn't a ton of new cards that did interesting things on their own, really. It was more like, this is the Toon support, this is the Ritual support, this is the Gaia support, this is the Relinquish support.
Yeah.
Which isn't, again, it's not like a bad thing. It's just, it means that when building decks, I feel like we might have to get a little bit creative with what we're doing. So I've brought a deck that I think looks really fun. I don't know about you. I don't know what you've brought. You happy with yours?
Yeah, I think so. It's gone well in hand testing.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Well, shall we just fire straight on in and see what we both brought?
Yeah.
Yeah, RPS in Speed is very important.
Okay.
Okay, so standby main. Alright, I'm going to reveal what I'm on just straight up. You ready for this? I'm going to normal summon Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight. So you can normal summon this card without tributing, but this card is normal summoned. If it's normal summoned without tributing, its original attack becomes 1900. And if this card is tributed, I can add a Blackluster Soldier from my, or Blackluster Soldier monster, so any monster with Blackluster Soldier in its name, from my deck to my hand. You can only use the effect of Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight once per turn. And then we'll pass on that.
Okay.
So this is 1900 attack. I guess I'll put a Finland to represent that.
Flip this over.
Okay, so flip this over when you activate a skill. The first time each Tomb World in your spell track will be destroyed, each turn it is not destroyed. Yeah, I don't know if you flip this over at the start or not. I don't think it really matters. We get what this card is doing.
Yeah.
So now this is the hard part, is you have to hard draw the Toon World or have a searcher for it.
Well, I do have to.
Okay. So that'll be 1,000 life points, please.
Yep.
1/4 of the way there already.
Let's see. I'm gonna set back row.
Okay.
So I think so. And activate Toon Table of Contents.
Okay. So you can add any Toon card from your deck. So any Toon spell trap or monster with Toon in its name.
Take to hand.
Ooh, Gemini Elves.
Gemini Elf. Summon Gemini Elf.
So it cannot attack the turn it's summoned. If Tomb World on the field is destroyed, it is also destroyed, but Tomb World has to be destroyed twice to get rid of it in one turn. Your opponent controls no Toon monsters. This card can attack your opponent directly. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. Okay.
Now I'm going to end.
Okay. So we'll start by drawing a card. Stand by main. We have some interesting opportunities before me. So I will start by normal summoning, charging Gaia, the Fierce Knight. Any response to the summon?
No.
Okay. So I will change this guy to defense mode.
Okay.
Then I'm going to activate the spell card Summoner's Art, which lets me add a level 5 or higher normal monster from my deck to my hand. Any response?
No.
So we'll have a look and we will grab Cursor Dragon.
Ooh.
I'm going to activate Polymerization. Any response?
No.
Then I will send Cursor Dragon and Gaia to the grave.
Ah.
Summon out Gaia, the Dragon Champion. Any response?
Nope.
Go to battle phase. I will attempt to attack with Gaia, the Dragon Champion.
Yeah, so that's
700.
700?
Yep. Then I'll attack for 19 direct. See, now I feel like I've outplayed myself by playing around back row. I pass.
Oh, in your end step, I'm going to activate Toon Mask.
Control 2 more target one face monster your opponent controls. Special summon one Toon monster from your hand or deck whose level is less than or equal to the level rank of the monster. Okay.
So from my deck, I'm going to special summon Toon Dark Magician.
So it cannot attack turn it's summoned while you control 2 more and your opponent's no 2 monsters can attack directly. Once per turn you can discard a Toon card, then activate one of the following effects. Special summon a Toon monster from your deck or add a Toon spell trap. Okay, so you're going to grab Toon rollback and OTK me.
Oh, that would have been a really good... Yeah, no. I'm going to activate his effect.
Yep.
Sending Toon Mass Sorcerer to the grave to summon
Okay.
Toon Barrel Dragon.
Okay.
I'm going to activate Toon Barrel Dragon's effect, targeting this guy.
Okay.
So I flip 3 coins. If I get 2 heads, Gaia the Dragon Champion is destroyed.
Well, fingers crossed. Tails, so far so good. Tails.
Okay, well...
Okay, well, Dark Magician can attack monsters or directly. Toon Barrel Dragon cannot attack.
To set a monster.
Okay.
Go to battle. Just want to attack over this guy.
Okay, so I will lose 600 life points.
And end.
Alright, we need to take a good hit. That's pretty good. Alright, we will change this to attack. I will then equip him with Bashing Shield. So equip only to a normal summon / set monster, and this guy specifically says he can be normal summoned without tributing. Gains 1000 attack, and I take no battle damage evolving it, so he's now 29. And with that in mind, if your hand isn't Sphere Karibo, I can attack over Dark Magician for 400 damage.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, I assume you're not on Toon Rollback then, or it's in the old side deck. I thought I was fucked there.
No, I'm not on it. Second.
Alright, let's see what kind of hand we have this time. Standby main. You know it, you love it. It's Charging Gaia. It's 1900 and pass.
Okay. Oh boy. Well, Toon World.
Okay.
Set and normal summon.
Okay.
And we'll set this.
Oh, I don't like that you have multiple back rows. Draw. Standby main. So I'm going to activate my skill, Knight of Legend. So activate the skill during your main phase. Each turn, one Gaia the Fierce Knight you normal summon can be summoned without tributing. Apply the following skills while you control a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster or a Gaia the Dragon Champion monster. If it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage, and if it inflicts battle damage with this skill, draw 2 cards, discard 1. And I cannot activate set cards in my spell and trap card zone. So, I'm going to go ahead and use my Knight of Legend effect to normal summon Gaia the Fierce Knight without tributing. So this one is full on 2300. Question now becomes, what do I play around? The other problem is I've just summoned, well, I suppose both of these are level 7 monsters, so it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, well, since you've summoned that, I'm going to activate Toon Mask.
Okay. Ah, you're giving me the chance to destroy it now, eh? I still don't know what your other back row is, and that terrifies me. See, this is the problem. I'm really not sure how to navigate this when you still have a back row card. Okay, I think I have to do this, though. I'm going to activate Bashing Shield and equip it to my Charging Gaia.
Ah, damn.
Then I will go to Battle Phase. We will attack with the Charging Gaia into the Toon Dark.
Yeah.
400 damage. And then we can get in for another 400 damage. Then we end the turn.
Oh. That's just game. I played that Toon Mask too early.
Yeah, let's go standby, main, battle, attack.
Yeah, GG. I got nothing.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was definitely a roughie. We should get a game 3 going now. I want to see more out of this. Bet you haven't seen this play before. Summon pass.
Okay. Activate Toon Table of Contents.
Okay.
Grab Toon World. Activate said Toon World.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to set normal summon Tribute Doll.
Ooh, okay.
Activate his effect.
Let's hope you get lucky. Heads. Tails. Heads. Well, unfortunately, you can't attack, so I have nothing really to worry about at the moment. Standby main. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and activate our Knight of Legend. Normal summoning out Gaia the Fierce Knight. Anything on summon?
Nope.
Bashing Shield. Battle Phase. Attempt to attack.
Yep.
So I'm 33, so 700.
Oh yeah. So.
That's all I've got. So you got anything in step?
Yeah, Toon Mask.
Oh, this is where it gets scary.
So special summon.
So now this one can attack, and you can summon out another Toon Barrel if you're on it.
I'll activate Toon Dark.
Okay.
Send Toon Mask.
Okay.
Summon my other Toon Barrel. Activate his effect.
All I need is not 2 heads, and I'm in a well, not a fantastic position, I'm in an okay position.
One. Yeah. Can we get the third? No.
The funny thing, I didn't know if Dueling Book was lagging. I tried to send my guys to the grave, but I think it waited until the animation of the coin had finished.
Yeah, probably. Oh, wait. Oh,
Right. Draw. Standby main.
Oh, I should have put Toon Rollback in this deck.
Yeah, Toon Rollback is nutty. Alright, get ready for set. Pass.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll just go straight to battle and attack directly.
Yeah. Who's attacking?
Yo.
Go, Sphere Karibo. Yeah, I got nothing for that. Oh, didn't mean to put that back. Yeah, my monster was Blade Knight.
Ah, nice.
And the last card in my hand was Polymerization. Yeah, it was it's an interesting game, to say the least. It was an interesting deck. So obviously my strategy was beat down, right? It was summon out, because with Charging Gaia, I can basically just summon out a 1900 attacker. With Knight of Legend, I can just summon Gaia the Fierce Knight out, who's a 2300 attacker, and then Blade Knight was kind of the backup, who, if you have one or less cards in your hand, is a 2000 attacker. So the whole point was just I can summon like the best normal summonable monsters without tributing or without having to special summon, which already seemed good enough on its own. Then with Bashing Shield, I can equip that to literally any monster in my deck except my fusion monster, and then that will give it an extra 1000 attack. So if you do summon something ridiculously big, I can still get over it with like a Gaia plus it is 33, or Blade Knight plus Bashing Shield is 3000, or Charging Gaia plus Bashing Shield was 29. Then because I'm not allowed to activate cards that I set, that also meant I was on the Sphere Karibo as like my trap cards, because obviously I can't use trap cards. Then we basically just included... So I wasn't going to include Curse of Dragon and Poly, but because we got the new card Summoner's Art, that means not only can I use this to search out the Gaias to normal summon using the Knight of Legend skill, but I could also, if I already have a Gaia, search out the Curse of Dragon, and if I already have the Poly, that's like the 3-card combo that gets out at 26. And I thought that could be very relevant, because being able to special summon a monster is very good against something like Floodgate Trap Hole. Whereas if I summon for the turn, you floodgate it, you're like, haha, I'm now safe. Like, I've used my floodgate, but you can't summon any more monsters. I could then slap down Poly, get out the guy, the Dragon Champion, and then you're like, oh shit, I wanted to floodgate that, but I didn't know that was coming, sort of thing. That was the mindset behind it.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Floodgate can be a super oppressive card. So the way I kind of find you want to deal with it is, one, have ways to get rid of your monsters. So either tribute over them or something along those lines. Or be able to special summon, because obviously, you know, if all 3 of your monsters get floodgated, you kind of get screwed over, right? So getting rid of them is important, but at the same time, if you summon monsters and it gets floodgated, you can then summon another monster, and it's like, well, I still have the monster. But yeah, your deck was very interesting. How many of these cards actually new? Like, was Tomb Barrel Dragon, is that new?
Yeah, that was in the wait. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. Oh no, it is. It is here. Yeah.
Okay, I should.
Toon Barrel Dragon, 2 Dark Magician were
Toon
new.
Mask, was that new?
Toon Mask is new.
I don't know about Gemini Elf as well. If I remember, I think you were on Mermaid last time.
Yes, Toon Gemini Elf is new. Masked Sorcerer isn't?
Yeah, Masked Sorcerer is one of the old ones. Yeah, so the combo of Toon Mask, search out Dark Magician, and then obviously, you know, if you were on it, search Toon Rollback. That seems like that could be really, really good.
Would have been a better than Toon Barrel Dragon.
Well, especially since I don't have traditional traps. If I didn't have a Sphere Karibo in hand, that combo just immediately wins, right? Because if I had a bunch of traps, maybe I could have dealt with it, but because of Knight of Legend skill, I basically can't play traps. So it was like, that would have just really, really messed me up. Although Toon Barrel Dragon was pretty clutch, using Toon Dark Magician to special summon out Toon Barrel. Like, the only way I think that could have been better would be if Toon Dark Magician's effect was like a quick effect, and then you could summon out Toon Barrel during my turn, and then it comes back to your turn, both can attack freely. That would have been completely bonkers.
Totally.
Especially since Toon Barrel could clear out back row if I did have traps. But yeah, the Toon stuff seems really cool. I do think Toon Mayhem is integral to the strategy, because although It's a Toon World lets you start with Toon World out, as soon as It's a Toon World dies, you just kind of lose all of your toons, and that just sets you back, I think, too far. as soon as Tumor gets popped, I think you're just out. So Toon Mayhem, being able to protect it, I think is super imperative for this strategy. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I feel. Oh, but yeah, that was a good one, and thanks for the game, buddy. So GG.
Yeah, GG.